Alright guys, just quickly before we get into the AFL podcast, I would like to say that I'm going to be disabling the ratings on the video, so you guys won't be able to see the ratings since I'm getting dislike botted to the extreme, which sucks. So dislike bot, people, who's creating heaps of fake accounts and disliking my videos, which sucks. So that means, I am just going to disable the ratings. If you are legitimately giving me a dislike, let me know in the comments down below how I can improve. And also, if you leave a like, that is much appreciated. I can still see likes and dislikes. I can still see if I get dislike botted. So if I get dislike botted, I'll just keep it like that. But if it stops, I will take it off. Anyway, and then you guys will be able to see the ratings. Anyway, let's get into the video. Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Today we're bringing you back another AFL podcast. So last night we had the Whitten Legends game, which has been going on for a few years, well, many years now, but it was actually televised on 7 instead of 9, and it was given a much bigger feel. So, it was a draw at full time, 135 to 135. I believe the All-Stars got 2 super goals. So, and they actually brought Fev on during the last quarter. They brought Fev on. Yep. Which was great. Gotta love Fev. Anyway, he was playing for the Vicks, obviously. And yeah, it was a good game. It was entertaining. I enjoyed watching it. So yeah, let's just get into the teams and talk about the game itself. So we had the big old monkey. We had Roden, which is actually David Roden's sister. But, one spelled with an E, one spelled with an A. Makes no sense. Good old Cameron Ling, who didn't touch the ball. We got Campbell Brown, Derm, Kudafides, Brad Johnson, Jonathan Brown, Uze, West, Liberatore, Schwass, Johnson, Ben Johnson that is, Tarrant, Scotland, Johnson, Martin, and Christou. On the interchange bench, we had Thompson, Gilby, Smith, Sewell, Pang, Sam Pang. We had Chris Newman, Missity. I don't even know. I didn't see him throughout the night, did I? Okay. Anyway, Bolton. This man played the game of his bloody life. Barry Hall went out there and proved he could still play footy. Like, I don't know how it's possible, but Barry Hall's still a monster. Then we had Bradshaw and LaCuria. Over for the All-Stars, we've got Holland, Williams, Pike, Southern, Luff, Champion, McGrath, McFarlane, who they were saying, does he qualify? Tycanelli, McLeod, who's still a monster, Kane Corns, Embley, Holmes, Richo, the King, Wayne Carey, Ackermanis, Langdon, Modra, Fletcher, Costa, Cummings, Robert Thompson, Mooney, Bickley, Smith, White, Chad Corns, Davey, and Duffield. Acker was on track to get 40 disposals at halftime, but he copped a big knock, so he was taken off. My man of the match, well, it was okay, it's hard. It was probably Abby Holmes, because she played really well, like, especially up against all these old champions. But I'll probably go with Barry Hall, honestly. Acker played a great game. Roden also played a great game, both the girls. But yeah, Barry Hall, how does he do it? 6 goals straight. And yeah, and then we had, it went to the kickoff, in which, it was, we had Big John O'Brien, then we had Barry Hall, then we had, Fev kicking, and for the All-Stars we had Wayne Carey, Richo, and I believe it was going to be Cummings. So, but Cummings never got a shot at goal because the Vic slotted all three. Started off with John O'Brien, who, people were like, oh, will he kick it? And obviously John O'Brien just split the middle. Then we went over to Wayne Carey, who it looked like it was going in, honestly. I'm like, no way when I was watching the game, because it looked like it just got in, but then it just hit the post. It looked like it was sneaking in, and it was a really entertaining kick. Then we had Barry Hall, who went ahead and slotted it as he had done all night. And then we had Richo, the little boy in his head, but he kicked a goal in September, guys. I believe it was Lamo said to him, oh, you might win a game in September, mate. That was funny. And then Fev, everyone else kicked it from 40 metres out. Fev said nah. He went and kicked it from about 55 metres out and basically split in the middle. Fev, he's still a legend, isn't he? And then obviously that won the Vics game because All Stars couldn't come back from that point. So overall, it was a great night for everyone, really. They all got to go out there and have another game. The game was entertaining, more high scoring than an actual game of AFL. And yeah, if you didn't watch it, I recommend trying to find some way to watch it, because it was really, really entertaining, and I think you'd have a great time watching it if you have seen some of these legends play before. Okay guys, so now we're moving on to the finals predictor. Obviously the finals start next week. Boo, it's a bye this week. Boo, boo, boo. Boo! Girl, why do they have the bye? It's just so they can have the freaking grand final in October. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing two predictions here. Not predictions, one will be my predictions on what I think will happen, and one will be what I want to happen. So kind of like I do with the WWE pay-per-views. I'll be giving you my predictions and what I want to happen. So first I am going to do the fun stuff, the what I want to happen, but obviously it won't, because imagine if it did, what I wanted to happen happened. And then obviously I'll do what I think will happen. So yeah, straight away, who I would like to win out of Sydney and GWS, it's got to be GWS. Who I would like to win out of Adelaide and Sydney, it's got to be, out of Adelaide and North Melbourne. Obviously Adelaide, I hate North Melbourne. West Coast and Bulldogs, I think I'd rather the Bulldogs win, honestly. And Geelong and Hawthorn, I'll go with Hawthorn because it sets up what I actually want to happen. Sydney and Adelaide, I would like Adelaide to win that. And the only reason I put Geelong down here, because obviously I would rather Geelong win than Hawthorn, but I put Hawthorn here so I could configure what I would like to happen. So I would rather Geelong beat Bulldogs, just, I don't know. I like both teams. That was a hard one to choose. And then I would like a GWS and Adelaide grand final. And obviously that won't happen. GWS are going to crumble under pressure in the first game, obviously, but at least they've guaranteed a semi-final spot anyway, or even a prelim, because they're inexperienced in finals. It's their first final series. They've got a double chance, but I think they'll just crumble under pressure since, they haven't experienced finals before. And then who I would like to win, I can't choose. I can't pick between the two teams because, out of the teams in the top 8, I probably like GWS and Adelaide the most. I don't have any second team. Obviously, Richmond's my first and only, but if there are other teams I had to, like, because obviously, yeah, I like GWS and Adelaide. But anyway, I think you can understand that. Here's what I think will happen. I think Sydney Swans will win, and I also think Adelaide will win. I think the West Coast Eagles will win, and I also think, not Hawthorn, Geelong will win. Then I think Hawthorn will beat West Coast, and I believe Adelaide will beat GWS. Then I believe Geelong will beat Adelaide, and Hawthorn will